Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, and welcome to tip 8 from Aletha Solter's book, Raising Drug-Free Kids. I'm T, your joyful parent guide and harmonizer. And yesterday we took a look at tip 7, which was don't spank your child. Today is tip 8, which is create a climate of emotional safety. And now, if you actually read the book, there's so much in this chapter. And it's not that the tip is so long, it's just that there's an enormous amount included in every sentence, in every paragraph. It's kind of like the junk drawer of the book. Like there's so much in here that she calls out, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean it's chock full of subtopics. So I'm going to highlight the ones that may or may not be pulled apart sooner in the book. And here we go. So physical closeness. Having physical closeness with your child will also bolster their feeling of emotional safety. I'm just going to make sure we are live. Good. Allowing them to express their emotions, which I hope she does get into further in the book, because there's a whole lot around that. There's a whole lot that comes up for us as parents, depending on our upbringing, depending on our experiences, depending on what emotions we were told and we protected ourselves from expressing. We were told that they weren't okay. So allowing our children to express their full range of emotions will create a climate of emotional safety. But there are typically some things that are barriers to that if we don't work through them. I will just say lots of working through them. That's a big part of being a relational parent, is working through those things. Two more things here. One, do not sacrifice your own needs to the point of becoming resentful of your children. And of course, that's never our intention, right? As parents, as moms and dads, never our intention to be resentful of our children. But what happens is we're so focused on them that it can happen when they're not showing the proper gratitude, right? Which we think is proper, which we would have really appreciated if our parents had done X, Y, and Z, which we are doing freely, and they don't appreciate it. That is not a good dynamic. So don't sacrifice to the point where you're resentful. And again, that's something where a lot of us, I'm just going to say especially moms, like a higher percentage of moms fall into this, just because of how we're conditioned at this point in history, right? That's the only reason. But a fair amount of dads are doing this too. Especially today, we see it, which it's great that dads are more involved, and then it just means that a higher percentage of them are doing this with their kids. Okay, and then the last one that I want to highlight, this is just enormous. This is a huge thing, and I almost don't want to say it because it sounds so simple, and it also is widely misunderstood. So I'm going to spend a minute here. The last thing is, try to accept your children as they are. That sounds pretty simple, first of all. Of course I accept them as they are. And it also sounds like, wait a minute, are you kidding me? If I accept them as they are, then everything that they're doing right now is okay, and I don't need to correct or help them learn this or that. That's not what that means. And we're going to, hopefully, she pulls this apart a little bit in the book, but this is a huge piece of the path of ease inside of relational parents, is the accepting the child as they are, It does not mean that everything is okay. It does not mean that things get frozen as they are. None of that. So I just want to offer those. Those are the big pieces under create a climate of emotional safety. And my invitation for you today is, especially if anything came up in the last few, today or yesterday, that is touching on a sensitive point for you, or you feel like, oh my gosh, what is she even talking about here? How could I possibly? Or that's really part of my struggle. My invitation to you is to schedule a one-on-one call with me, because I would love to help you get to a next layer, like go deeper and get to another layer of clarity around any challenge or repetitive dynamic that you have going on with your child. So I'll put the link down below, probably in the first comment, and I look forward to connecting with you. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow with tip number 9. Bye for now.